Hi viewers, today we can learn about that transfer of heat. Previous class we learnt about heat and temperature, how can use the thermometer and all. Now we can learn about transfer of heat. We know that heat is very important for inner life. Heat energy always flow from region of higher temperature to lower temperature. That phenomenon we can call as transfer of heat. Then how that heat transfer in liquids, solids and gases, that we can learn in this lesson. Now, then we can learn about that sea breeze, land breeze, how the sea breeze will happen, then how the land breeze will happen, that also we can see in this session. Now, first we can able to see that what is meant by transfer of heat. We know that already I told that heat always flow from lower temperature to higher temperature to lower temperature region. That kind of phenomenon we can call as transfer of heat. Then what are the ways we can heat transfer? Three transfer of ways we can occur. That one is conduction, second one is convection, third one is radiation. Okay, what are the three ways transfer of heat? Conduction, convection and radiation. These are the three ways the heat transfer. Then now we can discuss about conduction. What is meant by conduction? We know that conduction transfer of heat from hotter part to colder part through the collision of particles. Take an example, you can see the picture. We can heat the one edge of that rod. What happened? The heat transfer from this part to this part. We can able to feel that hot here after the 2 minutes later. How is that? I can show the edge of this edge only, show the edge, but the heat transfer from this edge to this, you can feel hot in that finger after the 2 minutes later. Now you can able to understand the heat transfer from hotter part to colder part. That kind of heat transfer is called as conduction. So conduction takes place in solids, especially metals. Okay, here we can see in the picture. First picture also the same, as well as I can take one iron rod, I can heat in that one edge of that, in that showing that heat. What happened? No, the heat transfer through that particles movement. Without the movement of object, the particles only move from one end to another end. It will transfer that heat from this part to that part. So what is meant by conduction means no, the heat transfer from hotter part to colder part. That kind of conduction way transfer of heat we can call as conduction. This conduction takes place in solids. So next we can able to see that what is meant by conductors. Already we know that conductor is nothing but object that can allow heat to flow them, object that allow to pass through them, that we can call as conductors. Example, what are that? No, all the metals conductors are called conductors. They will allow the heat. That's why all the vessels made up of metals only while they are cooking. All the cooking utensils made up of metals, aluminium, copper, even steel also, that are all metals only. It allow the heat to pass through them. That kind of materials we can call as objects, we can call as conductors. See the picture, these are all metals. We are using that iron, copper, aluminium, that are all you are using as a metal for cooking. Okay, why means no, metals only allow the heat to pass through them. So that's why they are called conductors. Another definition also conductors for in that electricity lesson. Okay, conductors which allow. Conductors means no, materials which allow electric current to pass through them, that also conductors only. But in this chapter, what is meant by conductor means no, objects that can allow the heat to flow through them, to pass through them. That kind of materials, objects we can call as conductors. Example, what are it? Copper and aluminium. These are all metals. Even iron also, steel also, metal only. So they are called conductors. Then next one, insulators. Insulators is opposite to the conductors. Conductors ko opposite. Then what is that meaning of that? No, object that do not allow heat to pass through them. Object that do not allow heat to flow through them. That kind of objects we can call as insulators. Which are all insulators? Either wood, plastic. See the picture, wood, plastic, they are called that insulators, because they do not allow the heat. I can eat the plastic, means no, it melt. I can eat that, no, it will burn. That only happen. It does not allow the heat to pass through them. So that's why metal utensils are not made up of plastic and wood. Okay. So insulators means, what is the meaning of the children? The objects that do not allow the heat to pass through them, that kind of object we can call as insulators. Example, wood and plastic. So conductors and insulators. Then next one, another way I told that, no, convection. This transfer of heat takes place in liquids and gases. Okay, what kind of that this heat transfer takes place in? Liquids and gases only. Now, I can heat that water. I can take one beaker. I can pour some water. I can heat that. What happened? Near to the heat only, the particles get heated first. First, the particle near to the heat only, the particle gets heated. Then later, it lighter. Then it go upwards. Here that colder particles. Upwards, that colder particle come down, because that is heavier than the lighter particles. So it will come down, then it will get heated. Then finally only all the particles, all that water gets heated. That only happen when we can heat the water. So these kind of heat transfer we can call as convection. So what is the convection is that called? The transfer of heat takes place in that hotter part to colder part, that we can call as convection. It takes place in liquids and solids. That only happen that the colder particle being heavier take the place, and this process continue until the whole gas or liquid gets heated. Ella gas liquid heat full heat hour varaikum the process nadakum. The particles move from bottom to cold. That only happen in that. Okay. So even that this process you can feel that I can take that flame, candle, I can burn the candle. What happen means, no, we can touch the above the candle, it gets heated, but the side of the flame that we cannot get heated. This only happen. So what is the name of that heat transfer of that? Convection takes place in liquids and gases. The heat transfer from hotter part to colder part, that we can call as convection. It takes place in only liquids and gases. Okay. Then next way, next heat transfer that we can call as radiation. It's very, very important. We can daily, we can feel that, we can face that these kind of radiation. What is the radiation means? No, it is a process transfer of heat in the form of waves. We know that we can get the sunlight from the sun. In between space only is there. No medium. Okay, without medium the heat transfer, that we can call as radiation. It can occur in vacuum. Vacuum na khali idam. Okay. So for example, what you can that know, the sun's heat reaches the earth's surface by through the radiation. So the radiation, what happen? No, the transfer of heat in the form of waves without medium. Transfer of heat without medium. That kind of heat transfer we can call as radiation. These also what happen? The heat transfer from hotter body to colder body. Here, which is hotter body? Sun is the hotter body. Earth is a colder body. So we can get the heat from the sun by through that waves without medium. Medium nadula edume kadai, just space only is there, air only is there. So that kind of heat transfer we can call as radiation. Even they we can assume these examples. Every hot object radiates. We know that I can burn that coal. What happened? No, I can touch that. No, I can feel that. Okay, how the heat transfer? By through the radiation from that wood to our hand. Okay, near, you can keep any near the object, hot object means, no, that also get heated. What happened? Okay, so we can understand what is the meaning of that. No, the heat transfer by through the waves from hotter body to colder body. So what kind of heat transfer? This is called as radiation. What is the example for that? The sun's heat reaches the earth. No, that is a good example for radiation. So the heat transfer from hotter body to colder body without medium, that we can call as radiation. Okay, these are three methods of, three waves of transfer of heat: conduction, convection and radiation. The next one, what you can able to see, that sea breeze. Sea breeze, example, you can word yourself there. sea breeze. We know that during that daytime, what happened, no, the lands get heated more compared to the seaside, especially near the coastal areas. Coastal areas is nothing but near the seashore area, that we can call as coastal areas. What happened means, no, the cool air moved towards the land from the sea, that we can call as sea breeze. During the daytime, what happened, no, the lands get heated more compared to the sea. So that time what happened, no, the lighter air, cool air from the sea moved towards that land side. So that's why coastal areas, the houses are built, then the windows are built in the houses face to the seaside. We can get the cool air, especially during the daytime, it will happen. So what is sea breeze, no, the cool air from the sea towards the sun, towards the land, that we can call as sea breeze. So we can see that what happened, no, once the air above the land gets heated more faster than the sea. Lands like air enna romba fast vandu heat agum, okay, above the sea. That time what happened, no, the hot air from the land எப்பவுமே வந்து lighter air இருக்குது வேகமா மூவ் ஆகும் இல்லையா கண்ணா. So that's why hot air from the land lighter than that and the cooler from the sea being heavier. So அதை வந்து match பண்ணி விட்டுருமா. So these results we can call as sea breeze. Sea breeze is nothing but the cool air from the sea towards the land, that we can call as sea breeze. It will happen during daytime. The next one, what is it, no, land breeze. It is opposite to sea breeze. The wind blowing or the cool air from the land towards the sea, that we can call as land breeze. This will happen during the night time. Night time enna nadakuna, what happen, no, the coastal areas near the seashore areas gets slower, cool down faster than the sea. What happen, no, that sea is very hotter than the land during the night time. So that time what happened, no, the air above the sea rises. அப்ப sea ல இருக்கக்கூடிய air எப்படி இருக்குன்னு உங்களுக்கு, sea near that air, no, that's very very hotter, very lighter. So near the land side what happened, no, the air gets heavier. So that time what happened means, no, the land being cool flows towards the sea. So அப்ப என்ன நடக்குது அவனுக்கு, இந்த heavier air வந்து எங்க இருக்குன்னா landல இருந்து seaக்கு வந்து மூவ் ஆகும், cool air. That kind of breeze we can call as land breeze. So what is my land breeze, children? The cool air from the land towards the sea, that we can call as land breeze. It will happen during that night time. Shortly I can tell to my students how can you easily remember that one, no, BSNL சொல்லுவேன் இல்லையா, like that, DSNL, D for daytime, S for sea breeze, N for night time, L for land breeze. So sea breeze happen during the daytime, land breeze happen during night time. அது ஷார்ட்டா ஞாபகம் வச்சுக்கணும். How can you say that? DSNL, DSNL, okay, BSNL மாதிரி DSNL, daytime sea breeze, night time land breeze. D for day, S for sea, N for night, L for land. So DSNL, daytime sea breeze, night time land breeze. So that only happen. Then next we can go to that, what are the clothes preferable during that winters and summers. We know that clothes are very very important to protect our body from the insects, from the atmosphere. So it's where protect our body. So clothes are very very important for human beings especially. So what are the clothes preferable for during that winter and summer season? We know that during the winter season we can preferable woolen cloths. Woolen cloths getting from the animal fibers, especially sheep. We can get the wool from the sheep only. Okay, so it is very dark in color, especially during the winter season we can wear dark color and cloth also very thick. That's why we can protect our body from cold climate. So what happened during the summer season, we can prefer cotton cloths, very lightweight, very light in color. I told one thing, no, summer season la eppume light color cloths use pannom eppume, because it does not absorb the sunlight. So it not get, our body not get heated more. So but we can wear dark color, especially black color vandu summer season la podave kodadu. Okay, it absorb the heat more from the sunlight. So our body gets heated. Already vandu summer la already நம்ம body heat ah irukum. Even we are wearing dark color clothes means, no, it gets heated more there. So that's why we can prefer light color in summer season, especially cotton. We are wearing that in summer season. During the winter season we can wear woolen cloths. Okay, dark in color. So that is escape from the cool climate, cold one thing. It will protect our body from cold and in that environment. Okay, so what you can prefer that during a winter season we can wear woolen cloths, during a summer season we can wear cotton cloths. Why we are wearing woolen cloths? What is the reason? That while we can keep us body warm. Why means no, what happened? Woolen is a bad conductor of heat. It will not conduct the heat. Bad conductor. So what happened? No, they do not allow the heat from the body to move out in the environment. Nama body oda temperature veli anupama paathukuma. Then another one thing, what is that? No, the woolen cloths having the air traps. சின்ன சின்ன ஹோல்ஸ் இருக்கும். உங்களுக்கு நம்மளுக்கு ஷோல்டர்லயே பார்த்தீங்கன்னா சின்ன சின்ன ஹோல்ஸ் மாதிரி இருக்கும். வாட் ஹேப்பன்? நோ, அவர் பாடி பிகம்ஸ் ஹாட்டாகவே, எப்பவுமே ஹாட்டாகவே வச்சுக்க ஃபீல் பண்ண இது பண்ணுவோம் அந்த ஏர் ட்ராப்ஸ் இருக்கனால. ஸோ வி கேன் வியர் டியூரிங் தட் வின்டர் சீசன் டூ தின் பிளாங்கெட்ஸ் மீன்ஸ் நோ, ஒன்னே ஒன்று போட்டாலே வந்து ஹெவியராக இருக்கும். டூ தின் மீன்ஸ் நோ, வாட் ஹேப்பன்? இட் கெட்ஸ் மோர் ஹீட் டு கீப் அவர் பாடி வார்ம். தட்ஸ் வை வி கேன் ப்ரிஃபர் woolen cloths during winter season. So winter season, why wearing woolen cloths prefer? Because woolen cloth is a bad conductor of heat. It does not allow the heat from the body to the environment. Then it has air traps. So that's why always it will keep our body hot. நம்ம பாடியை ஹாட்டாகவே வச்சுக்கும். That's why we can prefer woolen cloths during winter season. Okay children. So today we can learn about that transfer of heat. What are the ways? Then sea breeze, land breeze, then why we can prefer cotton during the summer season, then why we can prefer woolen cloths during winter season, that we can learn in this session. Okay, thank you for watching children. Thank you.